of Team Liquid should be enough to bring them through, and obviously you don't have Oscar to sort of find you those opening picks, and we'll see how much of a limitation that is. Either way, going into the pistol round, and well, goodbye Twist. He tries to run down middle, and Rops will decapitate him. That's the second time now in the pistol round that we've just seen mousesports get an opening within the first few seconds.
Also, Elige finds himself trapped here now, having to go toe-to-toe with Stika. Will he check it? He spots him. Elige, they know you're here. Stika actually emerges a little too soon. Sunny's going to be dealing with players inside of that B bomb site in the meantime, and Rops decapitates Elige, leaving Nitro 1v4. This flank from Stiko is the fail-safe. If everything else goes wrong, he's there, but not going to happen. A ninth round for mousesports, and now a chance for them to leap in to the lead.
And it's interesting because I look over on the mousesports side. It seems like everybody's having a fairly decent game. Like Rob's currently leading the board with 18 and 9. A few sort of quiet candidates over on the Team Liquid side. Obviously not too far behind. They are going to invest. See, that's the more interesting thing for me, is that they save the money on the T side and then they invest everything when they're on the CT side. Like, it's normally the other way around.
Or maybe they're hoping Taco can work some magic over here in apartments with the Mag 7. Whoop, there's one. Ooh. And a second. Taco, there he is, the magic man. Maybe not done yet. They're not entirely sure how to deal with this. The flash going to come through, doesn't hit its mark, and Taco's still a real threat here. He's already made a cushy $1,600.
Like Calvin twisted. Oh, snap as well from Chris J. Quickly turns things back into a 3 versus 3. Still got Twist around after he almost sacrifices Taco to the mice, but it is going to be nothing to already, again, turn things back. Elige with another on that pistol, and it's left all onto Sunny. 1 versus 2. He does have control of the bomb, and actually, if he does manage to duck back into mid, he has a decent chance to go over towards B, because the push to actually come through the apartments, it should be a fairly quick realization from the CT side that it's not going to be towards A anymore, just based off their positions, but actually, they're still just waiting. So, yeah, this is going to be a comfortable plant for Sunny, and now he can play that 1v2.
Yeah, there are guns to be retrieved for the Team Liquid boys. This is a very, very big chance to pick up S4 Spy. The one thing is time is very much of the essence. They have to move quickly here if they want any chance of getting this bomb defused. The bomb is down and planted for sure. Sunny sitting down behind the sandbags. Here's the footsteps pitter-patter on by. Now we're going to start to swing out wide, and Naf and Elige, they tap on the bomb. Sunny emerges, he's found the first frag, and now it's Naf. With so little time, he has to get this kill, and he has to get it now. He's going to manage it, but there's no time left for the defuse. That will be the 10th round going the way of Mouse, but everybody dies. And now there's going to be a bit of temptation, perhaps, for Team Liquid to go for the force here.
Yeah, they've got AK-47 onto Nav. So the thing is with that, I'd rather see them just let him try and do something crazy with the AK-47 and then come back in with a full buy, because they have a decent chance to do a hell of a lot of damage in this round anyway, and he can drop over the pistol. So yeah, it's not going to be anything too crazy. Taco obviously making a hell of a lot of cash off the back of that Mag 7, can afford to buy a CZ as well. And yeah, other than that, this is all just going to be about damage here for Team Liquid. Unless, of course, Naf can be an absolute Don, a hero. And you know what? If there is anyone, I think he would be the man.
Most definitely. He's a lovable renegade within this squad. Now through mid, Naf only good for one. Elige now trying to trade things back, and you can hear the volley of gunfire. It's actually going to be Rops to go running by him. Elige is allowed to swing out. They don't know where he is. Nothing. Finally able to readjust. Does find both the kills down in middle, leaving Nitro in a 1v3. If he can find one more kill here, though, that's a lot of damage done to this mousesports economy.
Yeah, even going through, they've done a lot of damage over the last couple of rounds, and of course, this round was all rifles, so there's actually a chance for Nitro to just try and steal one away, bring it into the next round. However, no real chance for him to win it. Mousesports are going to be taking their 11th, of course. Again, this is their opponent's map pick. Liquid choosing Inferno, and next up is Train. Obviously, you do have the one that train without Oscar. Definitely one of the most prominent members of this mousesports team on that map, but hey, he's normally a pretty big factor on this one, and it seems like they're doing all right without him. Currently in the lead, 11-7. They have taken themselves both pistols, of course. But at the same time, we've seen some stars step up. Chris J had some excellent rounds. I think everybody's had some decent rounds for mousesports, in all honesty. And some of the more quiet players are actually over on Team Liquid.
I mean, I do think you're quite fortunate in the sense that mousesports haven't been too spoilt by Oscar's performances as of late. It feels like he's been struggling a little bit more. Because there were times where it did feel like it was Oscar versus the world for a little while. So they are used to having to work between them. I've been very impressed though with Rops's ability to take this mantle and start to step up. Three players for Liquid over here towards the B-bomb site, and Taco twists what stands between mousesports and A. Just making noise up in the apartments. As a consequence of going for that second round buy that you pointed out a few rounds ago, Tom, there's not that much utility out for Team Liquid, and very quickly they're left smokeless with just a couple of flashes to try and keep them in this round.
We are going to have still the majority gathering up. We do have Sunny sort of on a lurk over towards that B side, but they can still switch things up. The bomb is just waiting down the bottom of middle. Starting to clear the angles. Taco is going to find that opener. With only 30 seconds left now, the T's really do have to make their move, and it's looking like it's going to be a split towards this B side, or maybe not much of a split, as already the majority of players for mousesports are down. Elige with a double, and are they just going to save what they've got, maybe? I think it's a bit late to try and go back towards the A site, so I'm guessing, yeah, just going to hold on to these couple of AKs. It's not going to be a pretty buy into the next round regardless, but I guess they didn't feel like it was worth just throwing these weapons into the blender.
Well, there's the tactical pause called in for mousesports. They immediately lose this one. Decisions have to be made.
I guess you just force. Because otherwise it just leaves you with sort of skewed economy.
Yeah, next round you would have Stico and nothing onto the eco, which wouldn't be good. Everyone else around them would buy. You can get Rops onto a rifle. You could have...
I don't know. I feel like they could realistically save here and try and bring something in the next round instead. It would only be 1900 added in, but yeah, they are just going to do exactly as said. They are going to try and force this one up. Some weaponry being dropped over, and it won't be the worst buy in the world. The fact is, though, the CTs, this is their chance to just get right back into the game. They win this one, eco in the next, and they'll already be up onto 10 rounds, so an important force. Yeah, 4 rifles, CZ, definitely not the worst case scenario. Nothing going to be the one taking the hit, which, again, is no real surprise, or in this version of CS, maybe not taking the hit.
Yeah, CZ's pretty strong, isn't it, Tom?
Best gun in the game here. It's already going to be tagged a little bit low. They've done the sort of setup with Naf. He's going to be going a little bit more aggressive over towards that banana spot, which means they can gamble over a 4th player towards this A site. T's definitely looking to build into this one a little bit more slowly. Now, they don't have a huge amount of utility. They do have enough smokes for any sort of setup that they desire, but with only 1 Molotov, definitely going to be a little bit more difficult, especially when it comes down to sort of that B site. But never mind, the one man who was there is already dead, and you can just see the CT side starting to sprint away. 2 players rotating over towards this spot. A rifle could be picked up for nothing as well, which sort of removes the one detriment that they really had in this scenario. And now the defense is split 2 for 2, so a definite chance for mousesports to break straight back here. And it's worth mentioning, the CT side, they haven't built up much money at all. So this sort of chance, this force buy, is based off the fact that they could reset them here.
This push about to come on through. Elige looks to stand his own, and once again, he stands and delivers. Nitro falls, they now have to flush out Elige. He's been such a crux, such a problem for them. They finally managed to do it. Stico tagged down on 1 HP. It now becomes for Twist and Taco. Do they decide to go for this? Maybe if they find something quickly, we see them attempt it. Because if they save these, they could get a buy in the next round. And as Taco falls, you imagine you're going to start to see Twist perhaps back away, but he seems keen right now. Stico gets caught trying to exit, but yeah, that's Twist's call to leave. Sunny even going to be able to finish him off, so they don't manage to save anything. They don't do too much in the way of damage either. And well, now the money for Team Liquid has run out.
Yeah, I think this one would just be a few pistols and try and do a little bit of damage here. Of course, the economy for mousesports is not built up either, so it's definitely still a scenario where even sort of a couple of kills with the pistols will be enough to keep them honest, and investing a fair bit into smokes as well, which I always like to see if you just sort of delay smokes over on that B site and just keep rotating off the player who throws the smoke and then sort of set up another one. You can just basically make the round so irritating for the T side. They basically just have to keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and if you can set up a stack effectively, you can actually win a round like this just based off utility. But not in this round. Still expecting quite a bit more from mousesports. They still have some limitations themselves. Stico's actually only gone for a CZ, which is the same weaponry we see on the other side. Elige, quite deep in this position, does manage to find himself one. Picks up an AK, but just going to stick with the CZ, and I don't really blame him. However, quick trade comes in. Not a bad start. As said, this round can just be more about damage. Taco's going to be spotted as well. And while this should be a very easy kill for Ops, just gaining every single piece of information and can just execute his opponent, and because of that, that actually leaves nobody over towards this A site. So Rops may just be about to find that this round is theirs for free.
It's going to be 13 at 2-8 in favor of mousesports. Let's not forget, this is the map pick of Team Liquid versus a wounded mousesports, in the sense that Oscar isn't here. Obviously, you have nothing filling in for them. They will at least be able to find Sunny. Maybe they can get a rifle out of this, but you can already see just a swarm of players heading towards the base of Banana. They're not going to let Twist get away with anything. That's the 13th round. There's enough for a buy to be cobbled together here by Team Liquid, but utility is still going to be perhaps a bit of a cause for concern. You can see Naf has to take a hit down onto a Famous. Twist is a little bit limited, but everyone else does pick up the slack.
Wow. Here we go. The crunch time for Team Liquid. This is their map choice. We are going to actually see mousesports calling a timeout, so I mean, I think they realize it as well as everybody else. This is a great opportunity for them, go into their map pick of Train with an advantage. This has always been a map that they're very happy to play as well, so, and with Liquid, obviously a strong map pool for them, I don't think they'll be too worried going into Train.
I do think, though, Liquid being, you know, one of the talked about favorites to win this event.
Well, really, they should be the favorites.
Yeah, I was, especially because of the kind of amount of stand-ins we see present in their real competitors. Like, you know, you kind of look at FaZe and mouz as being two teams that usually would be there to challenge, although, you know, you have Chroman standing in for FaZe and nothing standing in for mouz. So suddenly, like, there's not many other teams that I think could stand in the way. Right now,
well, basically everybody else has an excuse.
Yeah, right now,
Liquid
5 rounds down on their map pick. Obviously, that's still a trade, and we could very well go all 3. Liquid could still turn this round, or they could win it out here. Man, it does get you a little bit worried. That's Naf and Elige taking aggressive control down towards the base of Banana early on. We're going to try and mix things up.
And the problem is they don't really have the utility to hold this for too long. That's the one place where mousesports really do have a massive advantage, because we're sort of down to the minute mark and they're going to try and make a play off of it. Nothing going to find the opener. Elige's going to be in that left-hand corner. Is he going to check? He's not. The question is, will Chris be able to get the trade? It's important that he does, and he is actually going to round the corner and find it. And that now leaves, again, no defenders of this B site, something that has happened a few times. The fact is, though, mousesports are just going to hold on to this man advantage. They're going to take the control over towards that banana spot and leave very little information for this CT side. The only real thing that mousesports have to worry about now is the clock. 30 seconds left. Looking like they are going to gather towards this B site, which does only have one defender. So Nitro needs to be a hero here if there's going to be any hope. And otherwise, I think they're just going to have to hold on to the weapons.
He does have to be a hero, Tom. You're bang on. No utility to hold back this coming offensive. It's Nitro relying on aim alone, and actually he's going to mow down two. There is Chris J up close. Time's ticking down. He almost finds Stico. And that would have been the round all said and done. Still in 15 HP. Potential to deny the bomb plant, and they do. Suddenly Chris J has to get all the kills, and Team Liquid, they've turned it around. Chris J, nice shot at the very end, but it's all in vain. From the brink of defeat to reaping the rewards of victory, it's going to be 9-13. Liquid turning that round on its head. And that's on the back of a fantastic spray from Nitro.
Those last few shots from Chris J were really nice and at least made things a little bit more costly. The fact is, the CT side are not out of the woods just yet. This, again, the next round is going to be crucial for either side. It will be the money going down to nothing.
I mean, Liquid won that previous round. Look at the buy they've cobbled together. It's CZ, an MP9, and a UMP. And that's also they can afford that extra utility in the kits as well. The importance of them can't be stated enough. We've seen how often things have started to crumble for Liquid because of the lack of utility. You imagine in that previous round, if Nitro had an Incendiary, suddenly he doesn't need to make such a wild play to lock in the round. He can just throw that down, and then it's going to waste, you know, all the time left on the clock.
Already Chris looking to try and tap away again, but it hasn't quite worked from here. The smoke does leave a gap, so the chance to utilize this. Elige, though, just going to find two. Sunny is there to eventually trade. And actually, Stico's found another as Taco looks to try and take a bit more aggression into middle. So what was a quick two-man advantage is gone within seconds. Again, 40 left on the clock. Only with a CZ, obviously desperate to try and retrieve some of the weaponry that's above. Sunny does spot Nitro as well, so a little bit skeptical whether or not he should take a further peek. But look at this. They've thrown in some utility. They've sent in Sunny. But they're going to go doubling back. And look at the rotation straight away from Naf. He's going all the way. They played this absolutely perfectly. mousesports, they should have themselves around it. But actually, they've taken the bomb back to B. I don't know what's happened here. They look like they had it absolutely flawless. Instead, Stico's got to try and plant this. He is going to go for the plant and actually just about gets it. But now Rops is left into a 1 versus 2, and he's got to run back in.
He's sprinting as fast as he can up Banana. There is no smoke left for Liquid, though. They can't just stick this bomb. Rops has to try and keep his cool in the 1v2. The bomb finds Naf. He's going to go in for the other, and Twist goes down as well. Fantastic stuff as Rops in the 1v2. Manages to very quickly get a leash back on the beast that is Team Liquid. Top of the board, of course, for mousesports is the young gun from Estonia, 22-12.
See, the thing is, they were very, very lucky to win that round. Like, well, Rops obviously had to do something ridiculous.
I was going to say, look with that was some skill. But yeah, no, I know what you mean.
But like the fact that they decided to split up right towards the end was really, really weird. Like, especially when they seemed to read things absolutely perfect. I think it was just the fact that Sunny got into the back that sort of called them towards the site. Again, we're going to have some like sketchy buys for both teams. Like considering they've got 2 rifles when they just won the round, that definitely isn't a state. And when we're in the 24th round and seeing, well, 2 rifles total, that really does show how close these sort of rounds have been. Rops literally saving them out here. The question is this going to be Liquid breaking back, making this a little bit more interesting? And actually, yeah, Rops does have enough for a rifle, so maybe they expect this to be more of an eco round.
Well, mousesports, a chance for map point here. Inferno, Rops quick double from him. Elige going to manage one back, almost a second, but Rops is getting it done. He might have only had the Mach 10. He finds all the kills necessary. 3 for him, as he's been a star for them in these last few rounds, and it's just Naf left alive. 1v3, he's going to look to try and back away. That's how desperate it's become. Taking the armor, CZ and Kit into the next round is going to give them perhaps a bit of a fighting chance. He can now focus on getting extra utility while the rest of the guys force buy up what they can, but this buy coming in for Team Liquid is going to be atrocious.
Yeah, the mousesports are now ready and set to take Liquid's map choice. Of course, this is, as I said, a chance for a spot straight into the semi-finals. Naf will at least take one down. Can he retrieve any sort of weaponry? No. So it is just going to have to be another force buy in the tease, while Rops has one hell of a bank to support any sort of purchase that they need. This is mousesports' chance to take that first map and move into train with an advantage. Of course, I don't doubt Liquid's ability to bring this back, that's for sure, and we'll be interested to see how mousesports are playing with nothing in that map, because we sort of saw differences even with FaZe. Like Chroman in the first map, excellent. Second map, it just didn't seem like he fit in as well, which could definitely be the case for nothing in these sort of scenarios. Like in this map, he's actually second on the board. He's had a really good performance for the team, and maybe in the next one he won't.
Yeah, I think Train is a much trickier match just to plug and play in the same center. Oscar in such a critical role there with the AWP. But here's this round anyway, potentially the last one of Inferno. Rops leads the charge with a Mach 10. He is going to get tagged up and finish off by Twist. They know where he is. They're desperate to get the trade and recover this round, and it will be sunny to find it. Naf, meanwhile, with that CZ that was carried forward, going to dispatch of nothing. Well, sports, this isn't plain sailing like they thought it might be. Flash goes high from Naf Flight. And Elige goes railing on into the site, going to get pushed off by Chris J. Nitro falls as well, and Chris J looking to try and replicate the stellar performance.
Hello there.
Earlier, yeah, Naf is still in with a chance. I believe his ammo's ran fairly low.
Oh, no.
He might even be out of ammo. That's pretty devastating.
Yeah, maybe just trying to work out where a gun is, but only bullets.
Yeah, he's got no ammo. 9 bullets left in this one. Naf, it took you a while to find it now. But he has ammo. He has to get 3 kills. He's going to go barreling on in, but Chris J will shut him down. mousesports are going to win out map number 1 at 16-9 over Team Liquid. This, of course, was the map pick of Team Liquid, so mousesports playing with a stand-in, with nothing in the roster, having to replace Oscar. It is going to be, I think it'll be trickier than that. They made it look quite easy, all things considered.
Yeah, no, that was actually a really good performance from mousesports. Thoroughly impressed, and now they go into their map choice of Train to actually look to try and take this one home in a 2-0 fashion. That would be a pretty incredible task considering they're playing with a stand-in, but I don't think we can really take anything away from Nothing, who's had a very, very good performance in this one. And I think Chris J as well, some absolutely critical rounds. It's just been a good performance overall.
Well, spot of the semis on the line. 1-0 in favour of Mouz. It's going to be a second map. That's Train, the map pick of mousesports, coming up after the break.